Greninja has become one of my favorite cards to use, and it's thanks to his really strong ability. Water Shurikens sound simple, but getting to place 20 damage wherever you choose means that you can use it in lots of different ways. You can use it to KO a damaged bench Pokemon, you can use it to boost the damage you're doing to their active Pokemon, you can use it to take 2 KOs in one turn, and you can use it to mow your lawn. Well, maybe not that last one. But there's lots of strategy in how you choose to use the ability, which makes Greninja feel really satisfying to play. There's a few options for Greninja decks already out there, but I wanted to make a deck that lets me use Greninja as much as possible. So after years of testing, I came up with the most stylish Greninja deck, and the perfect deck for the video. I'll explain. Farfetch'd is there to get damage on the board quickly before Greninja comes in to clean up. There are some other Pokemon that, with a little bit of luck, can do more damage than Farfetch'd, but I flipped way too many coins recently and I kinda need a break. Anyways, the 40 damage adds up after a few attacks, and that works well enough to set up the ideal checkmates for Greninja. Plus, I think these two suit each other. It's definitely not a broken deck by any means, but it can set up some really cool finishes. The only issue is that Greninja and Farfetch'd are both weak to lightning. But as long as I don't run into a Pikachu deck... This is probably one of Greninja's harder matchups, but definitely not impossible. We're going second here, which means we're gonna be able to get the first attack of the game. They are drawing some cards with Professor's Research, and they use the Pokeball, so they'll probably bench something soon. They're sending up the Voltorb onto their bench, and they actually retreat the Pikachu with the X speed. They really don't want any damage on the Pikachu, and our Farfetch'd is already threatening 40 for our first turn. We're gonna start by looking for our Froakie. We don't get that off of our Pokeball, but we still have Professor's Research. And we pull the Greninja and the Froakie from the Research, which is honestly the best case scenario. So we can bench our Froakie, and we have the full evolution line in our hand. We'll also red card them, just to reduce their hand size by 1 card. And we'll Leak Slap for 40. Farfetch'd already gonna be applying lots of pressure. They're gonna Professor's Research. They find the Electrode to evolve their Voltorb. They attach an energy to their Pikachu, and they're gonna use a potion on their Electrode, meaning we won't be able to take a knockout this next turn. We're gonna evolve our bench Froakie into Frogadier and start attaching energy to it. The best part about Farfetch'd only needing 1 energy means that we can start powering up our bench Pokemon in the meantime. We're gonna use Sabrina. We don't really need to put any more damage on the Electrode, and we'd rather have the damage on the Pokemon they're gonna be attacking with. So we're gonna do 40 to Pikachu with Farfetch'd. They benched a second Pikachu EX, and they're using a potion to heal their active. Now they have 2 energies on their active Pikachu, meaning they're gonna be able to take their first KO. But it's okay. Farfetch'd did its job, and now Greninja is ready to clean up. We're gonna use Professor's Research first. We're gonna evolve into Greninja, attach a Water Energy, and we can use Water Shuriken here to get more damage onto the active Pikachu. We're gonna be able to do 80 damage to them this turn, and they're not gonna be able to knock us out because we have 120 HP. So even with weakness, they're gonna be 10 HP short. It looks like they're going to retreat their active Pikachu. They're gonna want to protect it. But our Water Shuriken can hit anywhere on the board, so their Pikachu isn't safe on the bench. They're gonna start attaching to Electrode, looking to maybe attack with that instead. But we're gonna be able to take our first KO with Water Shuriken, taking our first 2 points. And it's gonna be a game over situation for them because we have Sabrina in our hand, and they don't have any other bench Pokemon to send up besides the damaged Electrode. And our Mist Slash will be able to take that, and they're gonna concede because they know that as well. This second checkmate was maybe even crazier than the first one. I eventually set up 2 Greninja at the same time, and getting to use the ability twice ends up being really strong. We're going up against a second Crown card. This time it's Mewtwo EX, and they have a really fast turn. They're just passing it over to us. We're gonna use Professor's Research to draw some cards. We're hoping to pull a Froakie off of this, and we do, which is the perfect start for us. We have our Frogadiers and Greninja in our hand, and we can start attacking with Leak Slap. We'll see what they do here. They're going to use Pokeball, and they're setting up the Ralts, meaning later in the game they're going to have a Gardevoir online. We're going to evolve the bench Froakie into Frogadier, use Professor's Research to draw into some more cards, and we do find another Froakie off of the research, which means we can start setting up for our second Greninja. And meanwhile, Farfetch is just going to keep doing his job, hitting Mewtwo for another 40. They find the Kirlia to evolve their Ralts, and they're going to be able to take a knockout this turn. They have Giovanni, meaning they're going to be able to do 60 damage to our Farfetch'd, but Farfetch'd has put in enough work and Greninja is ready to finish the job. We're setting up our Frogadier. We have the Greninja in our hand to evolve, and we get another Greninja for our second Frogadier eventually. We're gonna evolve our active and attach an energy there, and Mewtwo is actually at the perfect range to get knocked out from just the Mist Slash plus the Giovanni. So we're gonna be able to use our Water Shuriken on some other Pokemon and start preparing for our final KO. We'll knock out their active Mewtwo and take the first 2 points of the game. They're gonna send up their second Mewtwo EX. They do have the Gardevoir in their hand already, so they're going to be able to attack us with Psychic Sphere this turn. But that 50 damage doesn't really mean anything, because we do have Checkmate on board. We can evolve our bench Frogadier into Greninja, play this Pokeball for fun, and attach an energy also for fun. But we're going to be able to use Water Shuriken twice this turn, and we're going to do 20 on the bench Gardevoir, and another 20 on the bench Gardevoir, which is going to put the Gardevoir at the perfect range to be knocked out by an attack. And we have the Sabrina in our hand, and because they don't have any other bench Pokemon, they have no choice but to send the Gardevoir, and we're going to be able to use Mist Slash to take the final knockout of the game. Let me know what you guys think of the deck or what you thought of the video. And if you have any other cool Greninja builds you've been using, please let me know. I'd love to try them. But anyways, thank you for watching.